All right, hola chicos. Today we're going to start El Pato y la Serpiente, the actual story. It's a very, very short story. As always, our stories will have a little bit of a moral. So we're going to begin, and if you can follow along with your notes and make the same highlights and descriptions as mine. So again, our main characters are going to be El Pato y la Serpiente, pato being a duck, and serpiente being a snake. And el pato estaba a la orilla de un estanque. Un estanque is going to be a small body of water, like we said, almost like a pond. So el pato estaba en un estanque. And estaba pensando sobre los dones, the abilities, que los patos tienen. So what are some abilities that ducks have? He was thinking about it, this little duck. And los dones, their abilities. And he said, why do I have these abilities? Ducks are made out of agua, tierra, y aire. So they have the ability to be on el agua, la tierra, y el aire. Tierra means earth. And what do I mean by these are their dones, their abilities? Los patos pueden volar, nadar, y también andar. So, volar means to fly. Nadar, you should all know, means to swim. And they can also walk on earth. So that's where I'm saying we have agua, tierra, y aire. And this is important to know because abilities, what are your abilities as a certain animal? And los patos, this little duck, thinks they're so important. They're like, oh, I'm so special. I can fly, swim, and walk. And kind of tell you guys what's important, see? You definitely want to know the location, donde. Where is this taking place? On the side of a pond. And what was the duck thinking about? His abilities. You definitely want to know the three things that a duck is from. Agua, tierra, y aire. And what verbs go with each. Agua, you can swim. Tierra, you can walk. And aire, you can fly. Y una serpiente estaba escuchando los pensamientos del pato y lo llamó con un silbo. The snake estaba escuchando, coming from the verb escuchar, listening, the duck's thoughts. This little duck was thinking out loud. And the snake is going to call the duck over con un silbo, with a whistle. How we had that vocab word with a whistle. And this serpiente is now going to try to give the duck a little bit of insight. And he's going to say, okay, although a duck can fly, walk, and swim, can the duck, or the duck can't, no puede volar como un falcón. The duck no puede nadar como los peces en el agua, and the duck no puede andar como un gamo. And this is where these vocab words are going to come into place. So sure, a duck can fly, but can he fly like a falcon at high velocities? And no. Can the duck swim as fast as the fish, los peces? No. And can the duck walk or run as fast as a deer, a buck? No. So here we have this little character, the poor pato, and he's almost getting like a reality check from el serpiente. And yeah, you can swim, you can fly, you can walk, but he's comparing the skills of each of these animals. Un falcón, los peces, y un gamo. The slide. You want to know that the serpent is going to call him over with a whistle. And he's going to kind of like give him the reality check here. Yes, you can fly, but not as good as un falcón. You can swim, pero no tan bueno como los peces, which are fish. And you can waddle, but you can't run as fast as a deer. So the serpiente is going to tell the duck, le dice al pato, so serpiente a pato, que el pato no debe entender todo. That for the duck, it's not important to know how to do everything. Es más importante ser bueno en una cosa. So here's the duck saying, I can volar, nadar, y andar. And he's trying to say, like, look at me. I'm so good. I can do all these three things. But like I said, La Serpiente said, maybe you're not good at all three 100%. Maybe you are only like 33% at all of these. So the serpent, the snake, is going to tell el pato, es más importante, or it's better, mejor, better, to be good at one thing, una cosa, one thing. And the moral of this little story is más vale saber una cosa bien que tres malas. It's better to know one good thing than a lot of like 50-50 not so good things. Es más importante ser inteligente en un aspecto que tener muchas habilidades malas. And that's where that comes in. So, un pato, I'm not even going to try to draw a duck, but say we have, I wish I could draw a duck. This is my duck. Okay, so the duck can volar, andar, but not as good as a fish, not as fast as a deer, and not as good as a falcon. So what do you guys think, chicos? Really? Would you rather be good, like really, really good at one thing, or only like 33% at a lot of things? And this story is trying to teach that. The serpent is giving like a little reality check to this duck and saying, más vale ser inteligente en un aspecto, en one thing, que tener muchas habilidades malas. So, for example, would I rather be able to say I can speak español, francés, y italiano, and I can only like say the colors and the numbers in each language, or would I rather know one language really, really well? And that's what the moral of this story is. So I'm going to go back to, and this last slide again is just to kind of wrap up that maybe it's not important to be good at multiple things, or again, I don't know why I'm choosing 33%, but 33%, but maybe it's better to be really good at one thing than to be subpar at many. And of course, this is always open for your interpretation. So, if you have different arguments or ideas, I'd be happy to talk about them in the conference. See? So now I'm going to assign a classwork assignment. And if you guys can make sure that you hand that in by the end of class or at the end of today. And make sure that if you have any questions, you send me an email. Bien? Adiós.